The thing that I miss most is I love hitting people. I love not getting in trouble for it.
The excitement of a big hit.
Just hitting people.
You have a certain love for football.
The lights.
Scoring a touchdown.
Monday through Friday, you work for Friday night.
It brings you together as a team. No other sport can really do that besides football. I mean, it's like one big family.
1, 2, 3, Huskies! Good job, you guys.
The sounds of football are in the air, and the squads of the North Star League are ready to hit the field.
That's right. There was a bit of a shakeup in the league this offseason, but as it has the last few years, the road to the league crown could run through the defending champs in Mayo or the fellas here in Hillman. The Mayo Thunderbolts haven't missed the playoffs in the past decade and captured the North Star League title last season with a perfect 5-0 league record. To defend their crown, the Bolts have to replace several key players, including quarterback and fifth down player of the year Grant Price, receiver Todd Rondo, and 4 starting offensive linemen. While it's always tough to fill the shoes of graduated seniors, Mayo's headman says his squad is on the right track.
These guys not only were starters, these were kids that practice year-round. So finding people that want to dedicate themselves to the program, that was probably as big a challenge as anything. We've gotten as much or better effort than I would have expected. It's satisfying to see the attitude and the effort be what we need to adjust.
It's a lot different. It's obviously different people, but they're doing their jobs, put a lot of work in during the off-season to get to where they need to be.
One of Mayo's biggest goals this season is to defend its North Star title. The Bolts say they're up to the task.
I think it's going to be about the same last year, defending it again next year.
Everyone wants to knock us off. We've been good for a while, and we plan to keep being good. So people are always gunning for us. We're ready to defend that.
Despite going 8-1 in the 2011 regular season, Hillman failed to achieve the three-peat in the North Star League. Graduated seniors Caleb Zimmer and Jacob Berger both broke the 1,000-yard mark on the ground last season to help the Tigers score more than 30 points per game. But Hillman's headman believes the other side of the ball will make the difference for the Tigers this year.
I think our defense is going to be our key to win games. We got fast kids back there. It's kind of controlled chaos, I like to call it, and it seems to be working for us. So I think our defense is going to play an even bigger part in it for us to be successful than what it has in the past.
The Atlanta Huskies hope to vie for a league title in 2012 after finishing 4-5 last season. Atlanta lost some key playmakers from that squad, but returns the key cog to its spread offense, quarterback Garrett Badgerow. Atlanta has a new head coach in Troy Cheedy and hasn't reached the playoffs since the 1990s. But the Huskies say this year's team is willing to put in the time needed to extend their campaign beyond Week 9.
I've really liked what I've seen. Their work ethic's great. They're all going hard. They're pushing each other, and that's what we need them to push each other.
I didn't play basketball last year to weightlift and prepare for this season, We've been waiting forward for this season for a long time. We haven't had the best teams all through high school, and this year it's going to be different, I think.
We're more of a team this year. We're really working hard together, which is a key thing on winning. You have to be a team to win.
Hale will also be adjusting to life with a new man in charge. The Eagles started last season with 2 wins before ending the year with 7 straight losses, including all 5 league games. They haven't reached the postseason since back in 1999, and while outsiders may not expect much, the Eagles are setting their sights high.
We haven't really tore the world up lately, so I don't know that the community is expecting a ton, but that's what we would like to deliver to them is at least good shot into the playoffs or possibly even a league championship.
Undefeated season, maybe. Past years have been rough, but we can try to improve and get that far.
With numbers down, the teams from Augrey Sims and Airneck Eastern are combining their players and resources this season to form a co-op squad. The team will be known as Augrey Sims, but head coach Eric Perro says the 2 schools are represented pretty evenly on the roster. While it may sound crazy for 2 league rivals to join forces, it's been a smooth transition for the fellas down south.
Most of these kids, they were friends to begin with. After the games, a lot of these kids would go out together, or, half of them would date the other kids from the other school. These kids have gelled really well so far.
In the past few years, like when we did play, it was like friendship's gone for that night, win the game, but now they're all playing on the same team, you're all buds and trying to win the game.
The players hope that joining forces will lead to more wins this fall. Airneck finished the 2011 campaign 4-5, while Augrey went 3-6. The co-op squad will have more names on the depth chart than either team last year, and the players say that should help make this season a memorable one.
We got backups before. Last year we didn't have backups, and Eastern didn't have very many backups, and
it's going to be good all around. I'm just glad that we actually have a team to play my last year in high school, so I'm just glad that we got a team to play for.
Let's take a look at some games to watch in the North Star League this season, starting with a non-league contest for the defending champs in Week 1. Mayo coach Jim Gendernellick says opening the season against Whittemore Prescott is always a good measuring stick for his squad, and this year the Bolts hit the road for their clash with the Cards.
But they have home field advantage for a pair of important league contests. The Atlanta Huskies have a chance to make some noise early this season when they visit the Thunderbolts in Week 3.
For the past 3 seasons, the Mayo-Hillman matchup decided the league title. The teams meet in Mayo in Week 5 this year.
And you can always throw out the records when the Tigers and Huskies play their annual rivalry game. This season's Week 7 battle could have major implications on the North Star standings.
Last year, we named Mayo's Grant Price the first fifth down player of the year.
That's right, and there are plenty more local players with a shot at this year's title.
Go, hit! Another North Star signal caller is one of the early favorites to become our 2012 Player of the Year. Atlanta senior Garrett Badgerow tossed 19 touchdown passes last season and ran for 9 more. He hopes to lead the Huskies back to the playoffs for the first time since the 1990s.
The Huron Shores only has 4 teams, but the conference is brimming with talent. Alcona junior Nathan Fettis already has a 1,000-yard season under his belt and hopes to carry the Tigers to the postseason after falling a game short last year. Whittemore Prescott has reached the playoffs 5 years in a row, and quarterback Jens Gillings could help run that streak to 6. The junior missed the end of last season due to injury, but is back to lead the Cards' explosive attack.
2 Cardinals from the Ski Valley are coming off 1,000-yard seasons. Jason Sigsby carried the load for Onaway last year, breaking the 1,000-yard barrier in Week 9.
And despite playing in a deep backfield, Joburg's Mitch Hardy racked up more than 1,300 yards as a junior. Another season like that could help his squad capture a Ski Valley title.
Let's take a look at a few other players to keep an eye on this season. Junior Bryson Devers is Mayo's top returning rusher and should see an expanded role in the Thunderbolt offense.
Alex Cheek is one of few seniors on Hillman's roster and will try to help a young Tiger squad reach the postseason for the 7th year in a row.
Tawas tackling machine Paul Jones returns to lead the Braves defense, and in Alpena, Ashton Deaver showed flashes of greatness last season and could help the Wildcats bounce back in 2012.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have on this year's Pigskin preview.
Yeah, but be sure to tune into WBKB every Friday night for the 5th Down, where we'll have highlights and scores from all your area teams.
That's right, and you can catch all of our football coverage on our website, WBKB11.com, and be sure to like us on Facebook.
You can even tweet at us to @WBKB Sports on Twitter, where we'll also post updates all season.
We'll see you tomorrow night. Thanks for watching.